All right, guys, we're live. Sorry. You want to know what's really funny? I've been live by myself for the last 20 minutes because I forgot to click go live. I haven't streamed in so long. That's good. Thanks for letting me know, buddy. I appreciate that. That's really funny. Let me go ahead and switch. All right, let's see. Can you guys hear me now? Let me check with my buddy, see if he can hear me. Apparently my stream says it'll start at 4 Eastern, so I got to fix that. That's weird. Okay, good. At least I'm coming across. Yeah, there's a button you gotta push that says go live, and I haven't streamed in so long that I thought I was streaming because I clicked start streaming on the OBS software. Now we're good. Okay, how's the audio? The audio's good? All right. So yeah, I'm just waiting for a pullback here. We'll see what we can get. This is just a test stream. I wanted to see, fire up the software, see how the streaming worked again because I forgot it had been so long. Yeah, the mic should be, the quality should be good. Everything should be good. I don't have the lights on, but I'm sitting in front of a big window that gets natural light. I don't like these, bright lights. They kind of hurt my eyes. All right, so let's go over everything on the charts that I just went over for everybody when I wasn't live. It's 3:25, so power hour is going to get going here in about 5. I mean, it starts at 3, but really the volatility kind of starts to kick up around 3:30 and then into the close at 4. But see, for the day, this is the daily chart here. So I had a lot of support with my indicators into this level, which is why I made a grand earlier on one of my XFAs. And I made that here. This is my higher time period intraday chart. This is 50,000 contracts for each one of these bars here. So when this pulled back here earlier into all this support, you were also in all that daily support there. So that's why I went long and made $1,000. And I made that $1,000 on this account right here that has 10,625 bucks in it, this XFA. That's where I made that money. And these are the two accounts. They took the payout. I put the request in last night for $3,000 each, and they took it out, so that's great. And these are the two fresh XFAs we're trading right now with 4 micros each. And then I'll put in the $3,000 payout on this account tonight. And then once they take the money out of that account, then I will copy trade all 5 of these with 4 micros each, which will give us 2 full contracts, right? Because it's 4 micros times 5 account. That's 20 micros. That's 2 full minis on the NQ. And that'll help us spread our risk out. And the goal is just to make like a average of maybe $1,000 a day or something like that, trading these, and then build the balances in here to get to a Top Step live account. And we'll do it on YouTube, which will be fun. Oh, nice, man. Good job, Aaron. So Aaron got halfway to the target on some evals using OMA. Yep. Awesome, bro. Good job. One of my star traders right there. Yeah, let's see. Steven was trading really well too. I hope he's still trading. He was killing it. And he was using the old version of OMA. This is all updated over the last few months. That's why I haven't been streaming or anything like that, because I've been doing a lot of coding and updating all my indicators, and the new formulas are awesome. Yeah, so I think we're going to gun for, you can see here on the daily, this is what I said when I was streaming to myself earlier. I said I thought we were going to gun for this 21.8 level because you see the confluence of all the, you see the yellow dot, the green envelope top, the cyan blue dot, where all these group up like this, the price wants to go and test those levels. So 21.8 is kind of where I said I thought we were going heading into the close. And that's where we're going. Now, why am I not long? Well, when I started streaming, there just haven't been any setups. I mean, had I seen this one right here, you had this pullback right there. And you see again how all this stuff lines up right there. That's your support level. Boom. and that's coming in right at all that support on the higher time period, and it's at the daily point of control, and the higher time period's trending up. So that was kind of your opportunity to get long right there. Pretty low risk long, but that happened just before I started. I didn't catch that. I started at 3, and that happened around 2:45 or something Eastern. So that's why I'm not in a trade. Hey, what's up? Is that my boy from Greece? We're going to start streaming and start trading now. It'll be fun. I just wanted to do the test stream today to kind of get familiar with the streaming software again, figure out the camera and all this kind of stuff. And we can toggle back and forth between the top step charts. Oh, yeah. See, I was just explaining shit on this chart here. But meanwhile, I had you guys on the top step X. So this is where I got to... Guys, I'm rusty. I got to get better. I was just explaining a bunch of shit on this chart right over here. Meanwhile, I'm showing you guys this other chart. Oh, man. It's fine. I'll get my bearings. I got to have a few crappy streams out of the way first. Yeah, so can you see this screen now, guys? You see all that? Checking my phone here for a sec. Yeah, no worries, man. Go, and then we'll talk later, bro. I'm just talking to my other buddy here. No problem, dude. Sorry, guys, I'm answering somebody on my phone. All right. Yeah, so now you can see, okay, good. Yeah, you can see this now. Cool. So all the stuff I was saying is just that this right here, this pullback on the lower time period chart here, that pullback right there, you can see the sellers were not very aggressive. Like -12 is nothing in terms of aggressive selling. And you see my little dot there, it held on close support. And then you see all these dots, the envelope, the near low, you got everything stacked up right there. And then look, on the higher time period, that was where all this stuff is stacked up. And it's right at the daily point of control, which is orange, the most heavily volume traded price of the day. So all that was coming in right there on that pullback. Those are the trades you want. And I wasn't here for that trade because I started at 3 and that happened about 2:45. But had I seen that, probably not a bad trade to take, especially considering we were expecting price to push higher into the end of the day, maybe up to 21,800, somewhere up here. So I still think we've got some room to go higher. And if we get another good pullback, I will go long on these 2 XFAs. We'll see. We got about 30 minutes left. So that's what I'm looking for. And the trade I took earlier, where I made $1,000 on this account right here. You see this account with $10,600 in it. I made about $1,000 there. That was here earlier in the day, right there, when that pulled back right into the value area low for the day. All of my support there. I bought 2 contracts and just made $1,000. I could have made more by holding it, but I'm going to put a payout request in on that account tonight. So I don't want to, I didn't want to risk, I wanted to get my positive day. So, oh, sorry, I didn't switch again. Shit. Here, this is what I was just showing. I'll get the hang of it. Here, that's where I bought right there earlier today, value area low, and made my $1,000 on that XFA you just saw. So I got to put in a payout request on that tonight. I got 2 more days until I put in hopefully an $18,000 payout request with Tradeify. So those same accounts I've been working forever, where I took the $18,000 payout on New Year's Eve. I'm now 2 days away from putting in another payout request for $18,000 on those Tradeify accounts. So let's hope I make those. And then Tick Trader, I got about 10 grand in one of those performance accounts, the 100K performance account. I got 10 grand in profit, maybe like 9,500 or something. And I need to get to $18,000 in profit on that account because of 30% consistency rule. That's also what's harder about Tradeify. You got that 20% consistency rule. So, Top Step, you got to get the $200 days, but there's no consistency rule. That's why Top Step's getting everybody else's business right now. And I do think at some point Top Step's going to have to put a consistency rule in place because they're going to have to make it a little harder. But for now, it is what it is, and we trade what we trade. And so we're going to copy trade all these XFAs together in the coming days. We'll start live trading the New York session, the open. Sometimes we'll trade power hour. Today I did power hour just because I wanted to, get back on the stream, see how the software works, do all these mistakes I'm making, and just kind of, remember what it was like to stream. That's why I came on today. But power hour, I don't know, probably many days we won't trade power hour together. We'll just trade like the open from 9:30 in the morning to maybe 11:30, 12 Eastern. And then once I move down to the beach, that's when I'm going to go surfing. Be done by like noon and go surfing every day. All right, so we're getting a little bit of action now, which is good. We're at least pulling back. Let me know if you have any questions. And if you guys watch this later on the replay version, you got questions, you can post them down in the comment section. So I'll comment, on the charts when I see something I like. But like right now, you see that's, it pulled back. But I'm looking for something, down into this level here again right now. So if we get a move down here, then I'd be open to going long, but I'm just not chasing it here. This was the last good little pullback we had right there. And see, that's why you got to get in and get your money and get out. Like right there, if you buy that at 21,710, and then, you get out right up in here, 21,735, that's 25 points. So that's what I made this morning on those two contracts where I made about $1,000. All I did was get 25 points. I mean, it's 25 points is plenty. And so that's why I'm going to copy trade these 5 XFAs together and trade 4 micros on each account, because then that'll give me the buying power of 2 full Nasdaq contracts. So then if I can make those 25 points at the reopen, so you guys will just kind of follow the journey, and the trading we do together will be fun. All right, so I'm looking for a pullback down in here to get long. And guys, you got to remember too, the internet here in Costa Rica, I've got a really good connection. When it works, it's very fast. But sometimes it'll just drop off for like 10 seconds and then come back on. So just keep that in mind. If it drops off, I'm not going anywhere. It's just the connection that drops off. Yeah, exactly. 25 points is fine. Like people lose track of, if you copy trade 5 XFAs, right? And you do 4 micros on each one, that's 2 contracts. So, 25 points, that's $1,000. I mean, think about how hard it is to earn $1,000 in the real world. Like going to work and all this shit you got to do just to earn $1,000. I mean, for a lot of people, that's like at least a week's worth of hard work at a real job. And all we have to do is sit here and wait for really good trading setups. So we get paid for our discipline and for our ability to just relax and don't force things. And if you can do that, you can make a really nice living trading like I do. So that's kind of going to be my goal, is to hit that $1,000 a day on Top Step. I'm still trading my Tradeifys. I got my Ticks. I'm looking to add a couple more prop firms, but I'm kind of doing more research on which ones I like. So we'll see about that. But with Top Step here, this is my goal for these 5 accounts now, because I've taken so many payouts from Top Step now that Now my next, like I want to keep getting payouts obviously, but my next goal with Top Step is to build these accounts. Like when I put in this payout request tonight, here I'll show you guys, we'll come back to these charts in a second, but so when I put in this payout request tonight, I could put in a request for $5,000 on this tonight. I might, we'll see, or I'll put in another $3,000 request. Like on these, I could have put in a 5,000 request, but I only put 3,000. So I want to leave more money in these accounts to trade. So I'll probably only put in a 3,000 request on this account tonight. But then once I do that, this account will have 7,600. These two have, a little over 6,000. So, then I'll be at like a little over 20,000 in profits, plus these two fresh accounts, whatever we start running these up to. And then over the next couple months, maybe we can, by trading these together, we can grow these 5 accounts to maybe $50,000 or $60,000. And then maybe Top Step will move me into a live account. That's kind of my project for this, is to join the exclusive live traders at Top Step. And I think I'll get there because the trading lately is just going very, very well. It's going to be sweet to get those 2 more days with Tradeify and get another $18,000 payout with them. But they have payout windows, Tradeify. So with Tradeify, I got to get 2 more days. So I'll put on a trade tonight at the open and then Thursday night at the open. I like trading my Tradeify accounts during Asia, right? When I was in Malta, that was like 2, 3 in the morning for me, which sucked. I had to stay awake late every night. But now here in Costa Rica on vacation, I'm in a great time zone. So I don't have to stay up late. I can put on my Tradeify trades during the Asian session, which is when I like trading those accounts. So if I get 2 more good trades on Tradeify, basically tonight, which is for the Thursday trading day, and then the next night for the Friday trading day, then boom, I trigger the $18,000 payout because I have 6 Tradeify accounts and I can get a $3,000 payout on each account. But I can't put that payout in until Tuesday, the 11th, because that's when their next payout window opens. But the first payout I took on Tradeify, remember, they paid me in like under 2 hours, which was incredible. I mean, that $18,000 in under 2 hours. So that was amazing. Oh yeah, in Greece, the basic salary is $800 a month. Yeah, exactly. I mean, by the way, I'm not saying your name because I'm maintaining your privacy, but I know who you are. Hope you're doing well, my friend. But yeah, that's the thing. If you can make $1,000, I mean, that's so much money. Yeah, Tradeify paid me $18,000 in under 2 hours. I put in the request on my Tradeify dashboard. This was New Year's Eve. I put in the request and then just bang, bang, bang. All right, so at this point, you see we're pulling back to the, yeah, cool. We're pulling back to the point of control here on the daily. I'd be looking, it depends. I could potentially be interested in getting long. Oh God, I'm not showing my chart again. Remind me every time I'm not showing this chart. I got to get better at like shifting back and forth between these charts. So we're right at the daily point of control again here, right? And I'm looking to get long anywhere down in this area potentially. We've got about 18 minutes left in the trading day till 4 p.m. Eastern. But again, if I want to get long here, you say, oh, well, Andy, why don't you just get long right now? No. I wait for this lower time period to close and confirm where I think there should be support on the higher time period, right? If it's not confirming, then I don't want to be in. So as an example, if this were to close right here, right now, I would not buy this support here because it's not telling me that it's strong right here. Why? Because look, it's breaking my dot. We're breaking that. And look at this yellow dot. It's above us. That's resistance. I don't want that. I want like this. When it holds and then these dots are below you as support, that tells you support is strong, right? So that's the main difference. It still doesn't mean it works every time. It works like half the time. But if it works half the time and you make, a little bit more on your winners than you lose on your losers, then you make a good living, right? And I get such better roadmap of trades with my Owings market analysis than with, most people are sitting here looking at these candlesticks. I have no idea how people read those candlesticks. Some people can do it, but that's not something I want to do. All right, so right now that you can see the selling's coming in. You see minus almost 500. That means the sellers are very, very aggressive here. This is why I use Sierra charts, because I can program everything I want just so perfectly. But here you can see the sellers are aggressive, and we're breaking all my support. We're breaking the daily point of control. So we're probably headed back to at least here, which is like 21,670, but maybe even down here. Look, the more we pull back, the better, right? So it's pretty straightforward. Now, since I know I want to buy somewhere here on the higher time period chart, I just need to wait for the lower time period to confirm and tell me that support is strong here. So right now, the lower time period is not telling me to buy here. It's telling me to wait. And this is how I've gotten to over $200,000 in payouts in the last 6 months. It's just by waiting for my setups. So, you know, it's trading is more of like a war of attrition where you have to wait. And by the way, I will figure out camera placement and all this other kind of, you know, streaming stuff. But for now, I'm just way more interested in the trading itself, and eventually we'll get the streaming set up right. If you guys got any questions, let me know. Let me see here. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people start with the candlesticks, and then once you start, like, you're looking at Drummond Geometry right now. Drummond Geometry is good. I was obviously like one of Charlie's top people for a long time. He was my mentor, and Drummond Geometry is great. I just, thankfully, over the years, I took it and made it into something completely different and way better, in my opinion. You know, that's just my opinion. Doesn't mean it's factually better. But for me, it works better because I changed all these formulas to make them my own formulas. So if you look at if any of you are Drummond Geometry people and you look at your Drummond Geometry, you know, lines and dots and things like that, you'll see that they don't match up with mine. Mine are in different places because they're based on entirely different formulas. All right, so look, we're 3:45 p.m. Eastern, so that's another thing right now. We only have 15 minutes left in the day. So here you're getting a little bit of a suck up off of that flush. You can see we've got 9,000 contracts traded. So when that gets to 10,000, that bar closes because each one of these bars is 10,000 contracts, right? So here you can see this right here, volume. We're at 90, you know, 91.57. When that gets to 10,000, this bar will close. My indicators will lock their levels, and then we go on to the next bar, right? So that's how I make my trading decisions. So I always wait for the close of the lower time period bar. And of course, I'm very aware of where we're at on the higher time period here. And then also I know what I'm looking at with the daily, the weekly, the monthly, the quarterly. You know, it's a lot of stuff goes into trying to come into the day with a good bias. Today, my bias was bullish, which is why I made that $1,000 on that one XFA earlier, right here. That was from 2 contracts buying. And I'm going to put a payout request on that account tonight, which would be cool. And now we're just looking to trade some micros on these 2 fresh XFAs. And we're going to copy trade all 5 as soon as the payout's clear. All right, so there's the close. And see, I wouldn't buy that. And the reason I wouldn't buy that, let's talk about this. Now, it might go up. I really have no idea at all. And that's one of the biggest things with trading. You got to say to yourself, like, let's be honest. We all really never know what's going to happen. Like, we really don't. It doesn't matter how good your indicators are or whatever. But you can use indicators to give you an idea of what you think is going to happen. Then you got to make decisions based on those ideas. And so here, why would I not buy this pullback, right? That was a lot of support right into the daily point of control, which is the orange line coming across. That's the daily point of control. We got shot down from the daily value area high here, cyan blue line here, right? And now out here, do you see that yellow dot, that pink? You see all this stuff right here. You guys don't have to worry about what that stuff actually means, what the formulas are. But right there, that's a lot of resistance now pushing down, right? So it doesn't mean that the market can't go up. It might. But when I look at that and I see, look at all that resistance, I want to take a trade where you have, you know, you're flowing with the stream. You've got the path of least resistance. So you've got a good chance of having a successful outcome of the trade. So I don't want to go long when I see a bunch of resistance stacked overhead that I'm going to have to try and get through to get my winner. You guys get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So that's why I'm not going long here. And then also, because check this out. Right here, that should have been support, just like it was here. You see how it was support there? It was support there. You see how these are holding above these? You see how that's support, right? But this close is underneath that and that. So that means while we could go higher, it broke support. I don't want to take trades that break support. So that's why I'm not going to long this, even though it could very well go up. But I'm waiting for the setups that, really, really confirm, to my indicators here. And that's why I'm not taking that long. So we'll see what happens. We've only got about 10 minutes left. This was just a good first stream back from Costa Rica. Been traveling around the world. And now finally got settled in Costa Rica in a much better time zone to do some live trading. So tomorrow for the New York Open, we'll go ahead and trade. And if they take the payouts, we'll trade at least 4 of our XFAs here. We'll trade at least 4, but I'm putting in the payout request for this one tonight. So I don't know how fast they'll take the money out of that account. We may not be able to trade that one tomorrow. But the goal ultimately is to trade all 5 of these together, 4 micros each. So that's, 2 full contracts in aggregate, and just try to make like $1,000 a day on YouTube, showing you guys how I basically, pick my spots and take my trades. So let's get some water, and then we'll call it a day here shortly. I'm just kind of curious. You see, I gave you all the reasons why I'm not taking that long, right? So let's just see what happens. It's going to do what it's going to do. But no matter what happens, I'm not emotionally involved in this. Like, if it goes up without me, I don't sit here and kick myself and go, oh gosh, I should have got in on the trade. No, I just look at my indicators, and if I get a good setup, I'll take the trade. And if I don't, then I don't really care what's happening when I'm not in the market. I see so many people like getting so upset that like, oh, they thought they should get in on a trade and they didn't, and it starts going the way they thought. And I mean, these mind games will kill you, especially in trading. Be fun to see. Really not that much volatility today for Power Hour. I mean, the 350 algo happened 2 minutes ago, and yeah, it gave us that pullback, but not really a big range, All right, you guys. So that's pretty much it. We only have about 5 minutes left in the day, and yeah, I didn't really see anything I wanted to take, but just wanted to practice some streaming here. And I will, assuming I sleep well and my kid doesn't have a meltdown in the morning, then I will be here trading the New York Open with you guys at 9:30 a.m. Eastern tomorrow.